Welcome back to you
And me,
board
board gaming.
This is another edition of our Thanksgiving special.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, yes. We got another game for you. This is RealTree-Opoly. This is the first look and review of RealTree-Opoly. And we're going to review this, take a look at it for the first time, and
for the thankful conclusion to the ThanksViewing.
Yes. So let me get my handy dandy, trusty rusty pocket knife, and let's get into this.
So I'm getting hunting Opoly vibes off the front, just with all the leaves and the nature.
They're a hunting company, yeah.
This is actually not made by Late for the Sky.
What?
You know, all the Opolys on the channel are made by Late for the Sky, and we got another one by Masterpieces. Masterpieces was featured on the channel before with the Army Opoly, the U.S. Army Opoly. Of which, that's what's kind of scaring me just a bit, that it's not Late for the Sky, because it could be a whole lot different, but I know that this is Masterpieces, and the U.S. Army was actually a decent game. Everything was well made in it, so.
This is from Masterpieces?
Yeah. So I'm not too worried because their U.S. Army one
Masterpieces Incorporated
was well made. So
yeah, this box feels
and
really
it wasn't
good.
a bad game.
Well made at all.
All of them are like
really good.
All of them are collector's
it's
edition.
Sturdy
too,
feeling. So yeah, this is the collector's edition. It's a family game. It says here. Also, it says ages 8 and up, and then 2 to 6 players. So
take a look at it here.
Here's the front of the box and the back of the box.
Got the nature setting. There's the tokens. Masterpieces, ages 8+. So is it going to be a bunch of hunting gear? Or?
I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. Okay, so there's camouflage.
What the properties are going to be in this one.
On the front. And also on that side, so some more camouflage. Alright, so we have money straight out. So we'll go over that real quick. These are interesting colors. They're not real bright. They're more...
Oh, different coloring.
Yes, this green color
is that the money?
This is the money.
Oh, why is it so small? Okay, now I'm getting a little scared again.
Ain't nothing to be scared about.
Because U.S. Army did not have that small of money, so.
So we have $1. $5.
Different design too. Oh.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like money, honestly. $1.
That's gonna be confusing.
$5.
Oh, you got $5 there.
Okay, so the color palette is completely changed. I was just getting used to the Late for the Skies color palette along with Hasbro's colors of the money, and now they're throwing a completely different colors. There's the tins. Money plays a big part in this, and I don't know how I feel about the design of these.
There's the 20s and the reds. There's 50s. Kind of an orange look. Hundreds is yellow. And 500s is green.
Oh, so the nature color itself here. A lighter green. Okay, so there's the money.
We have the board, which we're going to do last, obviously. All right. We got colored instructions,
Good.
so that's good points. That's points added there. It's
Yeah,
only one side.
Something about theirs is like they do a brochure with their instructions.
Yeah. And so we have campfires, and then antlers. So instead of houses and hotels, it's campfires and antlers. So there's that.
There's a look at the setup there. Was that a jackrabbit? So
That's
it's
just a rabbit.
wildlife?
Just wildlife. Yep.
Hmm.
Got big dice. They're really lightweight though.
Good that it's traditional dice. And it's at the same size too. Usually
That's
typical.
the only thing that did not come in a Ziploc baggie. Everything else came in a Ziploc baggie. So I guess we can put the dice back in this bag, I guess, with the pieces.
Usually the games give you smaller dice, so that's good.
Yeah. So we got 2 big dice. Okay, we're gonna go to the looks like Gone Hunting. Maybe there's another deck there. I don't know. That's a really small deck. I should have.
To fit
Look
both
at
of
it.
them. What's 16 and 16? So. Okay, so we got Gone Fishing and Gone Hunting. These laminated cards, not paper. It's a different feel to them than other Opoly games. And Gone Hunting. So the back of these cards here are just a black and white printing. I don't really like that. Usually there's some color to them or some picture.
Deed cards.
So here's the property deeds. Also has that plastic feel. picture, and then rent. Rent with campfire and rent with antlers. There's turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a bunch of wildlife.
It's just wildlife. Cool. Mm-hmm. Fire and an antler. Campfire and antlers. Whoopsie.
Where the bow done?
Huh?
The bow. Alright, so they come in a Ziploc baggie. Houses are campfires. Cool design. And hotels are antlers. The RealTree antlers.
Team RealTree logo, yep. And we have Ziploc baggie that has the tokens in them. There's the Ziploc baggie that comes in. And there's your tokens. We have a duck.
Metal tokens.
Yep. Looks like a deer. Trout, fish, a truck, a boat, and a dog. So once you get a closer look at those. Oh! Shoot!
Flick off.
I didn't mean to do that. The fish got caught in my finger when I was giving it to you.
Fish fingers.
Yeah, that was a lightweight one, so it just barely even felt it on my fingertips.
Mm-hmm. So we got the duck. Motorboat, and I love the detail that they actually put in it on the seats. Really nice. An elk. Pickup truck. Once again with the detail in the front on the rims. Really like how the pieces are made. And then the hound. And then a small piece here, the trout.
So you can sit there and you can have this entire board set up for your bank. Your money, your cards in the middle. You can even take... This kind of box I really like because you can actually divide everything up.
Which we usually do our stack.
Makes it so much easier. You can do this way like this.
So there's a setup that you can do for the banker. It's cool that everything gets its own department.
Yeah. Dropped a fire table. I'm almost on the other side. You can do something like that.
We usually put them in view, so yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, this will be in view, obviously, but, I mean, that makes life easier when you have everything divided up, and you just pick whatever.
I like doing our traditional stack. That's just cool the way that's set up.
Alright, so the last thing we have is the board.
These would sit on the board.
Yeah, those will sit on the board, obviously.
In their spots. Alright, here we go. Big board time.
Right, so we have... Got a little factory mishap here I noticed on this. Coming in from the factory, it's already got a little scuff on the board right there.
Mm.
So that might lose some points coming from the factory, straight from the factory in the store. Probably happened during shipping, so I can't say it's from the factory itself, but if it happened in shipping, we got a little scuff on it.
And, I mean, quality, that's not really, because that's not every single game is going to be like that.
No.
So, I really would judge off of that. But it is kind of
But that is obvious, is what I'm saying.
It is disappointing that our version here was scuffed.
Yeah.
But that's a thick board on the back.
It is very thick.
It's a little rough, but smooth.
Good made board. It's good, what's the word for it?
It's not as
quality.
shiny. Yeah, it's not as shiny.
It's more of a matte look.
As most boards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's take a look at what we got here. Ooh, colorful. Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, see, when I looked at the box, I was expecting more nature, so darker. Because the front of the box lid, has the forest, and it's dark. And wow.
All right, so I'm gonna assume this is how it's set up as far as going around the board is concerned, because this is open season. Just collect 200 as you pass. So this is like your go spot right here. And then, oh wow, was not expecting that. Okay. Red is.
Oh, not dark blue. Okay.
Dark blue's over here on this
Oh,
side.
yeah, they're the ones that does that. Okay, I knew there was one that did that.
They're the ones that kind of mix up the colors, so that makes them stand out from the other
Hasbro
companies.
and Late for the Sky.
So purple's over here instead of the first two. Light blue is the first two. So what it looks like to me is as you go around the board, the game, as far as what you can hunt, is getting bigger. By the time you get over to this side, you're looking at the deer, the moose, the bighorn, some of the bigger animals. Then you end up with the bear, the bears, the grizzly bear being the most expensive, and the black bear being the second most expensive.
The kings.
And you have big game
price tags.
Buy big game tag. So you can tag your game as taxes. So that's pay $200. And over here is buy hunting license, which is $75. And then the railroads, as you would say, are actually like hunting gear.
Tent.
Your tent, your boat,
fishing boat,
your rifle, and your compound bow.
And then
which is neat.
Utilities.
Utilities is a hound dog or a retriever dog.
Oh, cool.
Which is neat.
So like your little sidekick.
So they include a dog because some hunting trips you need dogs, like for fishing or for your small game birds. They go out and they get the dog, especially the retriever. They get everything for you once you catch them and everything. When it comes to the bigger games, they're just there to. Like the hound dog is they help you to smell. They smell the animal, so they track them for you. While the retriever is the one that goes out, gets the fish or the ducks, turkeys, pheasants, all that, and brings them back to you. Or smaller game, they would carry it in their mouth. Gone fishing, gone hunting. Spaces are all over the board.
No trespassing, and then go to
no trespassing, so I guess that means that's like the jail.
You're holding there because you trespassed.
Yeah. It has a black line that goes all the way through.
Oh, that's cool.
Hunting, RealTree-Opoly.
Campfire cookout for the free parking.
I guess that's a free space. Campfire cookout. I don't know what that is. I'll look and see what that's
it's
about.
the free space.
I know that traditionally that's the free space, so if it's still free space, it's just a name of calling it
the money space there.
Yeah. So.
But that center, that looks like a Bob Ross painting. That's beautiful. I was not expecting the middle of the board there because if you look on the front of the box,
really good artwork.
you see this, so it's more dark and camo.
This right here, it's actually a mirrored picture from one side to the other.
Oh yeah,
it's the same thing on top and bottom. So I was thinking, oh, this is kind of not very creative as far as artwork on top. But
just
when
half
it's
picture.
different, that kind of connects everything. It's this extra branch that we don't see coming off on this side. So I was like, oh, well. At first I thought, oh, that's a nice thing. Then when I started looking at it, I said, well, that's the same leaf. So we have the same, I just copied and pasted.
Well, I mean, leaves do look the same.
Well, it's exactly the same.
They're leaves.
Sticking out here. Same leaves. You know, it's the same thing. They've just used the same copy, you know, of the picture instead of one big picture. You know, it's all the same. So,
but that's what I thought would be in the center of the board as well. And there's one the Veterans Day Monopoly that we reviewed where the box was the same. Then you open the board and that's the same image you get. Yeah, that's what I was expecting with here.
A lack of creativity there, obviously.
But they completely changed it up with the center of the board.
Yeah, I like this artwork a lot better than the cover. Wish they would have done something a bit more brighter and vibrant for the top. But I like that. That's good. That's easy to look at as you're going around the board.
And it does switch it up from Hunting-Opoly.
Yeah.
Because if it was that, then it would be kind of the same board as Hunting-Opoly with that darker wood.
And they gone with a lot of the orange color too everywhere instead of a traditional white or you know, because they have a lot of orange in their logo, and everything. So.
But yeah, for the front of the box being that the nature camo look, it does lack camo on the board. You do get the backgrounds of the animals do have some trees in it. And this, you're farther out. You're not in the woods. You're near the lake. So yeah, it's cool though. The reflecting lake. But yeah, starts with rabbit, ends with grizzly bear.
Where, as far as on the board, doesn't say. So where's the bottom of the box at? Oh, it's over there. So yeah, on the diagram, which goes where?
It's really good, man. Nope, not even on the back. All right, doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how this sets up.
Well, when we're playing it with... Oh, man. Well, when we're playing it, it's just which one tends to be good and bad would be chance, so that would go on top. So
I don't know.
Well, I mean, this actually... Okay, this what makes sense here is Gone Fishing would go down on the bottom because you're on the lake, and then the Hunting with the duck would be on the sky. Using...
Yeah.
The logic here. That looks nice. Yeah, I like that.
That's what I would think too. Dice.
Show you guys a setup here.
Pieces everywhere. What piece are you
Put your
use?
Pieces on open season. Are you ready to go?
What piece are you going to use?
Duck.
You're going to go with the duck. Oh, you putting them all over there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's your setup. Start on open season. Deal out your money and you're ready to go. Yep. Why are we reading Monopoly?
Yeah, that's the money space.
Only one thing it could be.
$50 to get out on trespassing. I was just trying to see those two basic things.
Mm.
So, because some rules I've noticed say $100 to get out, and money just sits in the middle. So I just wanted to see how they went with that. So. Okay.
But yeah, Uncle Pennybags.
Oh yeah, he's hanging out over the pumpkin.
Grab your rifle. We're going hunting.
RealTree-Opoly. I mean, as far as what I've seen today and everything, in the first impression look and everything, that's real bright and vibrant. I like the fact that there's a campfire and the logo, the antler logo, which is kind of cool, instead of the traditional house and hotel.
Could have been a tent, but going with RealTree, I guess.
Yeah, they could have done some kind of tent type thing. They could have been a bit more creative, or maybe a campfire for a campsite, and then a cabin, for the other one. But it's not a big deal. I mean, they went with their logo, so they have the logo more on during the game. So, I don't really see anything that I'm like disappointed about, or that would really deter me from having any to dislike the game.
The realistic pictures are nice.
It's really nice pictures. It's bright, vibrant, easy on the eyes. It's not like overly bright, like super neon. Where it's hard to look at everything. It's the perfect tone of each color. It's really cool picture. The middle's cool.
Yeah.
To look at.
Yeah, but going into it, I did expect to be a darker board. The way the box is set up. Then you go in and it's like, oh, okay, this is bright.
Well, I guess they wanted a contrast, not be so dark all the way through.
I mean, it's like you're going in the forest, and all of a sudden you go on the board and you're on the lake. So. I don't like the black and white on this side.
Well, I mean,
especially with no picture.
Yeah, they could have gone a little more creative on this side. They went all out on one side, and then the other side is, let's just go half.
I mean, well, with Hasbro, they do black and white on the back, but there's at least a picture there, which kind of cancels the fact that it was printed like that.
Well, I mean, it does have a big frame and everything on it too. It's not just like
it usually
just
shows
the words,
an action on what's going on, like a picture to represent the action of what's going on. And then you got Late for the Sky, which just colors the whole card on the back. The design of the money, it's different.
Yeah.
I don't really. care for the design too much on the money. It's a little bit smaller too. Thinner.
I don't have any reservations about the money, personally.
And just the colors, all the colors just mixed up and everywhere. What Masterpieces does with their Opoly games.
Yeah, they just don't want to be like they don't want to be like Monopoly. They want to make their games stand out, different. So that's why they mix up the colors and do everything different.
Pieces are nice, so those are detailed. I like those. With the boat, the inside of the boat has that detail in it, and the truck. And the metal. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 3. 3 out of 5. 3 stars.
3 stars?
For RealTree-Opoly.
Oh, I don't know how I go that low. I go with at least a 4 on it.
Okay, yeah, it was just the money and the cards, basically. But since I really like the pieces,
but I can see what you mean by that, by it being, some of it could be is a little lackluster, but somewhere between 3.5 and 4.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, I guess, would be the closest we could go as far as being in the middle is concerned.
The way just everything feels out of place with all the colors.
What, being juggled around?
Yeah.
So you have 3 things you really don't like about it. That doesn't really bother me. I mean, they don't want to be like Monopoly, so they shuffle the colors around to be different. That's not a big deal to me as far as that goes. I mean, Masterpieces did it on the other one. That's just the way they do their game. It's not. They're trying to be different. They're trying to be different than Monopoly, the way Hasbro does it. If you do everything similar to Hasbro, then they're kind of infringing a little bit on the design, so they have to be their own a little bit. So they have to kind of differentiate themselves in some way to be Masterpieces rather than Hasbro. So that's why they did that design.
I will stay true to Late for the Sky.
So.
Yeah, all 3 that does Opoly games kind of have their own on what they do. Like Masterpieces does more on the real world, realistic side because like Army, all the pictures they're not cartoonish. This with the RealTree, also the pictures, so they're more real world, realistic. Late for the Sky has more like fun.
They have a lot more
fun, whimsical,
more cartoonish, comedic style games because they have a whole lot more that they theme their games to. They go for more of the realistic style theming.
And then you got Parker Brothers and Hasbro that just
stick with big name companies or franchises.
Just franchises.
So they have their own way of doing things.
So the whole Opoly / Monopoly community has its own thing that it covers.
They have their own. They have their own style when it comes to making their.
You
games.
guys do this, we'll do this. You stick
they don't want to be. Yeah. They all don't want to be the same. They have to be their own brand, so they have to make themselves stand out. This is how RealTree does it. This is how, not RealTree, but Masterpiece. This is how
I mean, but they sometimes they do
Hasbro does it.
they do cross because there is like Whovilleopoly and then there's the Grinch That Stole Christmas Monopoly. So,
well, see, it's the same, but it's also different because they're able to title it different and go with a different game board aspect of it.
mm-hmm.
They can compete that way.